Welcome to EcoAN Ministries, where faith meets purpose. Guided by Zechariah 4:6-14, not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, we inspire believers to pursue the destiny God has prepared for them.
Moses' mother was a potential slave. She is delivering a child that is going to deliver the people. How can she teach anything to the child if she's a slave? So it was God's will for the situation to happen so that the mother can take her hands off and then the child can meet the princess to mentor him to deliverance and deliver his own people. What was the mother going to do? Because she was bound already. It is Mother's Day. But this day means different things to different people, even the people who might be old now. But they have a story to tell. If you can clearly hear what people have gone through in life, and if you look back, and it's something that you can talk about, you must really congratulate yourself that you have survived. People go through different things. I took a text from Moses, and this message for this particular day, it is survival. Some of you've survived horrific experiences, whether as a child or as an adult or as an adolescent. And we wouldn't be doing justice if we just have to look at it from a larger perspective. We have to come back to reality and remind ourselves. When I read Moses, there was just this particular thing that caught my eye. The mother of Moses found herself in a predicament where there was a public declaration that the child that you carried for 9 months must be killed. And she had to do what is best for her child at the moment. Pharaoh was out there to kill the child. That simply means there are mothers who also had to come across the pharaohs who perpetrated and instigated the decisions of going to an extent of aborting their children. But that does not take the fact that they are still mothers. Now, this day, to them, it becomes horrific because they have to remember how they terminated. And there are mothers who want to celebrate this day. They have money, they have careers, they have resources, they have infrastructures, their minds, the souls, the spirit, but the body is not collaborating with their minds. They can't conceive. It's not by choice, but they cannot have a child because of circumstances. Then there is a mother, when they think of the child that they carried for 9 months, they become so emotional because all they can remember is pain. Then there is a child, when they hear about this day, It becomes torment because they have no one to say Happy Mother's Day to. But thank God, sometimes a mother must not be your physical or your biological parent. We have mentors. We have families. So look at Moses, how the mother trusts God. And she puts him in an ark, and she leaves the child alone on the Nile River. Now this shows you some of the mothers that have walked out of marriages, that have walked out of homes without explaining the divorce and what is happening to the children. It was not because they wanted to, it was circumstances. Before you judge them, the lady had to make a conscious decision on what is best for the child, but the society will always judge you. And you know that second marriage is in love. It lasts because you become mature and you understand the value of. Yes, some of the people, we are happy. Many people, you can ask them. The second time, there's solidity, there's growth, there's maturity. But if you look at what your mother chose at the time, if she did not take the risk, the Bible says she couldn't hide the child anymore. But there was an instruction that this child must die. But somebody who could have seen Moses' mother putting the child on the ark on Nile River alone, she's horrible. She's crazy. She's silly. Too quick to say things that you do not even know. Judging people far from what involves you. Tell umngane wakho bheke zakho. She did what was best for the child. Now who are we to say, how can she put the child in the water alone? Hey, the things that you say about people's issues. The sister was running parallel to the Nile River, trying to see if the child is fine. She was concerned, but there was nothing that anyone can do because the king declared all males must be killed. Now it even shows you there's a mother that will give birth to you. But a mother must also know when to leave the child and get their hands off. If she was a possessive mother, she would have gotten the child killed. You must know when to back off and trust God about that child. You might have brought them up, you might have produced them, but you probably not the right mentor. If she was not wise, she would have hung to the child and should have insisted, and Pharaoh would have killed. Many of you don't even know when to let go of the child and hand them over to God. That's why you're frustrated. Moses' mother was a potential slave. She is delivering a child that is going to deliver the people. Yeah. How can she teach anything to the child if she's a slave? So it was God's will for the situation to happen so that the mother can take her hands off and then the child can meet the princess to mentor him to deliverance and deliver his own people. What was the mother going to do? Because she was bound already. You must understand spiritual matters and things that happen to you. God knows. If that child grew up with the mother and they were all in Egypt, he was not going to be the deliverer. The mother is delivering, not knowing she's delivering the deliverer. Now, because God knows that this is not just a child, he survives the snakes, he survives the lions, he survives the crocodiles, the fish, only to meet the daughter of the man that told the people they must kill all the males. If you understand how God operates. I don't know how and when she decided she needs a bath, but God. This side, the childhood stolen, family stolen, proper upbringing stolen, underprivileged, depressed. He passes through all that and he gets to Pharaoh's daughter. Pharaoh's daughter decides, I'm going to take a bath. Then she sees, oh, there's an ark. What is that? It's a child. God presses heavenly buttons and makes this woman to have compassion over this child that is just drifting alone. Yay. The servant of the princess Matabas says, hey, this is a Hebrew child. The servant says, do you want me to organize the Hebrew slave to come and nurse this child? Guess who comes and nurses the child? If it's not the biological, they met on the other. Now she's even getting paid. Amen. Tell neighbor, as Cyril young patala for Chalabantan. Amen. We won't stop if they give you money to breastfeed. Number one. Number two. Key exchange. So please tell me, if someone who's supposed to be a deliverer for the nation and they don't get to have a mentor like the princess who introduces Moses to a different perspective, different lifestyle, because she knew that this is not an ordinary child. If Moses grew up as a Hebrew, he was not going to be able to deliver his family. So Moses' mother had to surrender and hand the child to Pharaoh's daughter so that Pharaoh's daughter can train Moses. But Moses grew up in an Egyptian environment, but he never lost himself and who he was. Because sometimes you have to know your mommy, you also have to know your mentors, but you also have to know your moment where you have to protect the people that you love. Immediately when he saw an Egyptian clapping a Hebrew, that was the moment. Even in your own life, you have to know the moment. It only comes once. Once. One lifetime opportunity. Your mother has given birth to you. Kathy Rue is mentoring you. But you are going and you are growing strong. You are going out there. There will be one moment that you can't afford to miss. Lifetime opportunity. The person you are calling a mother, they were once someone's child. Don't miss that opportunity. You were born from a slave, but you might be the next deliverer. That child might be a problem today. Tomorrow, they might be the provider. Life does what it does. That is why I'm saying, when you're talking of Mother's Day, it's a very emotional day. Some of you are looking at where you are. Yes, I was born in Bramfisher. Please tell your neighbor, it doesn't mean you can't stay in Sentin. Yes, I was born in Meadowlands. I can say a lot of things, and you can also say a lot of things. You're looking at your situation. If Moses can be a deliverer and he was brought up by a mentor, why would not having a mother be an excuse? There's no excuse. Those who are listening to me, there's no longer an excuse. Even if Pastor Sophie gave birth to me, but maybe if I didn't come across Pastor Busi, who was with me every day, maybe I would not have been who I am. So you need all these people to support you. She believed when there was nothing. Now it means Matapelo can be a senator, she can be in parliament. Nothing will stop you, my girl. The only thing that can stop is yourself. There's no excuse. There is no excuse. People have made it with just mentors when they knew their moment. So I'm saying this day, it's a day of survival. You look back and you see the things that you've gone through and you say you have survived. There were lions that could have killed Moses. There are crocodiles that could have swallowed him. There are snakes that could have bitten him. There are scorpions that should have cracked that little head. But he survived. Only to meet the princess. Because the princess was fit for purpose. The workload that Moses had, it needed a palace. It needed to be trained. Oh! So it is transition. What I am saying to mothers today, I know you love your children, but please know when to let go. Even the children, I know you love your mothers, but maybe the problem you have, it needs a mentor. Doesn't need someone who's biased, who's going to take sides. Someone you don't know. They'll speak a word. There are so many people. They have been brought up, they were born by their mothers, but they are with me now because somebody will produce you. Another person will give you the methodology. Yes. To help you to your destiny. It's not always the biological mother. You can't say, because I don't have. No. But you must know your moment. When a mentor identifies you, it is God who causes them to have favor in your life. Because the motherhood has stopped, we come to the mentor. All these people are making up deliverers, great people, people who prosper in life. So the Youth on Fire is not an incident. There are things that your parents would not be able to do. But as you hear, you witness, you participate, you become head, it is helping your confidence. And say, climb the stage and preach. It's not for fun. Some of you, it's your first time you are given an oppo. Know your moment. And don't abuse your moment. I'm not preaching. I'm just conveying a message. When it's all said and done, happy Mother's Day.
Join us next week at 512 Hole in One Avenue, Rimsig, Rudeport time, 9 a.m. For inquiries, contact us at 083-785-9507 or email us at info@ecoan.co.za. Stay blessed.